Thank you, Deepak. Deepak has been here with us since morning and he has traveled via Indigo. So, how was that experience, Deepak?
Bang on time in the morning. Can't say that about the evening flight because I've been tracking it.
But
But I get
his
to stay
boss
for
was
drinks
also
definitely.
coming and
Yeah.
we put him on Air India. Deepak.
So the good part is I can stay for the party now.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
So
a lot
yeah,
of award takers are also here. So, yes,
yeah, lovely. So
we'd love, we'd love for you to give
so I
awards
can
as
now
well.
stay for the party. So thank you, Indigo.
Okay, so for the knowledge of our audience, Deepak is the head of Martech of the largest bank in India and one of the largest banks in the world. So while he's very chilled out, he is a he has a plethora of knowledge for all the marketers sitting around here. So Deepak, let's start with a serious question. How has AI changed marketing technology in the last 5 years at HDFC? Because I remember 5 years ago, I didn't want to use HDFC app. Now I want to. So how has it changed?
So, before I go into that, you have to understand the context of banking. So we are not Yatra, we are not Make My Trip. We are a banking organization. So with that in mind, the entire concept of AI changes over, right? We can't have a bot because when your money is at stake, you don't want to talk to a bot. It's just not going to work, right? So just keep that in your mind while I answer these questions, right? So AI is not very easy in banking. So when it comes to marketing, we have very, very clearly understood that the biggest field that generative AI, not agentic, generative AI is going to disrupt is marketing. A lot of people think that what is it that AI will do, man? People are very confused. Agentic, chatbot. The world has a $600 billion creative services industry. If you look at the biggest creative service industry names, the big groups and chains, the stock is down 30%. Yeah, this is a Martech event, so I can say this. No one is a sponsor here, right? All the big media, not media, but creative services guys, the stock is down 30%, and we know that. Now, that is what proves this point, that it is going to change marketing in a humongous way, whether it is creating an image, is it creating an email, is it creating a film? It's going to get disrupted big time. So we have realized that, and because we are banking, it is not about making the next big media campaign, because the media campaign is not going to convince you to switch your banks. There's no chance. Just because I make a media campaign, are you going to switch your bank? No. You will care about service, the salience of the employees, how we talk to you, and how we service you, right? So this is what has changed in the thinking of marketing in HDFC Bank. We no longer think that we will convince you through a large media campaign. We now think that we will be able to service you at a very small cohort level, at the Delhi marketing fraternity level, at the Mumbai IT employee fraternity level. So all your emailers will change. You will have a video at your cohort level saying this is what you can do if you are a techie working in IT who likes to travel. So everything is going to change, and that has completely blown our minds in marketing. Right? So that's the biggest change, that we don't think of ourselves as something that does mass marketing. We are now thinking we are going to do marketing at a multimodal level where there will be a film for the smallest cohort for HDFC Bank.
Slightly more complicated question. We are moving in an era where a lot of skills are also required, and many marketers are not equipped with them, right? And of course, there are a lot of courses going around, etc., etc., etc. But how do you train your team, with something as dynamic as Martech, around 16,000 plus tools globally, according to Scott Brinker's latest report? How do you upskill your team, or do you just fire them?
So here's the twist, right? The problem was that a generic marketeer from Mica cannot operate Adobe Analytics or Google Analytics
Yes.
in the best possible way, right? Mica is and we do hire from Mica, and we also hire from IITs. But you know what? IIT guys also can't use analytics tools as well. It requires someone to be really, really keen to use these tools, right? Now, this was a problem which AI actually solved. Because now, instead of the human manipulating the tools, you are just approving. You are the human in the loop. Because the segmentation has come, right? The report has come and you're just validating it for errors which the AI has generated. So there was a time when MarTech and MarTech leaders were also marketing operations leaders, where they had these big 60, 70, 90, 100 member teams of people who work on web analytics, who work on personalization, activity creation, who work on segmentation. Right now, these teams are going to disappear. I keep telling all the MarTech partners, some of them may be here, if there is a big revenue line you have on providing these outsourcing services to large airlines, banks, I don't know, telcos, because they can't insource this kind of stuff, that is going to go away. And that is very where your answer is. You don't need to have tool proficiency to operate tools anymore. Because there's going to be a layer on top that will make it super easy for you to operate it, right? So the skill gap is actually closing. On that operation side, where the skill gap is increasing, is that you now need to know, the creative marketing communication guy now needs to know how to tune the AI to generate the right kind of imagery, which you don't want to go to a large creative service provider anymore.
So we need prompt engineers.
Yeah, prompt engineers. So if you look at a typical Marcom guy and you give them ChatGPT, they can enter things and generate the image, right? But what Marcom guys know is they can write a brief. This is the visual I want. This is the key visual I want. What the production house does is they get the prime lens, they get the wide angle, and they get the post-production done for that shot or that video. Now, prompt engineering needs you to know that what is it that is a type of shooting, right? So I want a aerial shot. I want a wide angle shot of a playground. And I want the child to be in slow motion across the running across the field, and the camera has to be at knee level and following the child. Now, this is something a Marcom guy does not know. This is what a cinematographer knows.
True.
Right? So now you can make a video with a prompt, but now you're shocked. I need to know cinematography. I need to know photography, which you don't know. Now, this is not a prompt engineering problem. It's not even an engineering problem. This is a art problem.
True.
Right? So these are like new things that I'm very stumped with. So when they say prompt engineering, it is not prompt engineering. It is knowing photography. It is knowing cinematography. It is knowing script writing. It is knowing poetry. It is knowing music direction. Go figure that out. So that's a big problem.
We are talking about campaigns. Any latest campaign which gave you some very interesting results? Consumer insights, etc.
Now I'll talk about AI when it comes to consumer insight. And I've moved away from describing marketing as campaign management, because that's something very old, right? So what we realized is that if you take your typical onboarding campaign for a credit card, or you take a typical usage campaign for a credit card, for example. Here are the offers this weekend. Please go ahead and shop. Please go ahead and dine, and so on and so forth. Right? We noticed that has been running as an automated campaign for God knows 10 years, right? And we always assumed that this campaign is going to have an open rate of 30%, and we were happy with 30%. बहुत होता है, right? It's not acquisition campaign, but it's huge, and we never thought any better, right? But then we realized that you have to A/B test not because someone thought of it, but you have to A/B test because it is the nature of what you are in. So we took that same long-term campaign and we A/B tested the subject line and we A/B tested the content of the email. 50% of the time, the A/B test is successful. Okay, and the average lift is 10%. So if you do 30 A/B tests, you can increase the 30% to 40%. The problem was human beings don't do 30 A/B tests because they think campaign. Exactly the problem. I want a new campaign. No one is looking at the campaign that is running for 10 years. True. Right? So that is what I would want to reply, saying what is the big campaign that you're doing? That answer is, I'm not doing any new campaign. You have to use AI to crush this bottleneck, which is testing and iterative improvement of creative and communication segmentation. That is what AI will crush, and we should move away from campaign management and campaign thinking.
Um, why was PayZapp not marketed in a way it should have been? I see a lot of people not using PayZapp when it was marketed with the Paytms and Phone Pays of the world.
I think
What lacked?
so PayZapp definitely has a large user base because it obviously draws from the HDFC Bank brand, right? What it does not have is an independent user base that
Outside,
is nationwide and in tier 4. That is obviously that is a scale you can only achieve if you are a Google Pay or a Phone Pay, right? I think it is because of the fact that it is a platform designed to attract new customers to the bank, right? It is almost like a freemium plan. You know, freemium you use in when you go to ChatGPT, there's a freemium, right? Use for free, but if you want deep research, you have to pay $20, right? So PayZapp is the freemium. It is not designed to have a huge coverage or equal to a phone pay. If someone wants to try HDFC Bank Lite, please go ahead and download PayZapp. So that's kind of been the strategy around it. So we don't expect it to have huge market share, but we want someone to who is upset with a competition and doesn't want to open an account right away, they can try. If PhonePe screws up, if Google Pay screws up, PayZapp is right there for you to try, and it's a trusted brand. It's from a trusted brand in the country.
We have almost a minute left, and I'll ask a question which might reveal some secrets. What does HDFC Bank's MarTech stack look like?
It is a crisscross of wires, to be honest, which I've been unbundling and trying to fix for about almost a decade now, and I'm far from done.
So not going to answer.
See, okay. So straight answer, it is one large enterprise player that we have invested in.
Thank you, Deepak, for your time. I know I have a lot more questions to you, but paucity of time, and we'll do a nice speaker bite. Thank you so much, audience. Please give a big round of applause for Deepak Oram.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's one of the most chilled out panelists. He has been here since morning listening to all of us. And yeah, thank you.